All right, we started. Pledge, please. Pledge allegiance to the All right, welcome everyone. A few remarks. Another reminder to residents, the town is continuing to gather data about who has or does not have internet capability. We're interested in knowing if you receive internet through a satellite provider like HughesNet or Starlink, or if you're getting it through a cellular provider like Verizon. Receiving data through satellite and cellular, the Essex County considers that as being underserved. So we're trying to get this information to map areas of our town and the rest of the county that are unserved or underserved, so that these areas can be addressed. There's currently a contractor looking into these efforts for broadband. So if you know someone who doesn't get internet and they've had problems, or they can't connect, or they can't get a service provider, if you can get those names and addresses to the town, we would appreciate it. Second, recent security measures in the building here. As you notice or may not have noticed, we have security gates now that secure the bottom section here, now that we don't have a library section down here anymore. We do have a sign that closes off the east hallway. We've had some incidents during court where people go out the side door and it's not closed, open all night. So the only areas down that corridor are the water clerk, the staff restroom, and staff break room. So anyone who needs to go see the water clerk can get down through there. So we're kind of cutting it off for everything else. But emergency exit only. We've also started closing all the floor bathrooms at night after business hours. Again, another measure. You know, people at court coming through the building everywhere, and we just want to secure the area. Plan for more announcement. We do have one public hearing tonight on the town property. On the town property that owned in Pine Street and then a Portage. I'll open the public hearing now, but I have a little background to relate before we kind of comment. So the area of discussion, as you can see on the screen here, this is the former railroad right-of-way involved in the ranch. This is parcel 150.51-10-19.100. It's about 3.82 acres. It extends, there's a small part over here, on the road bed, extends to over here, and then there's this area down here. That one parcel that we're talking about this evening goes along the, what is now Queen's Treasures here, and a lot that is used for parking for tax office. This is the roadway that's been traditionally used as a roadway. I say traditionally because it's not a road, it never has been a road, and whether it becomes a road, that's up for discussion. The town property, if you look at the yellow line here, and the line, the blue line for this parcel here, right up against the building, and that is because the rail line ran along here, and then there was a runaround spur track right next to the building, so that's why the property is the way it is. This section here was once the location in or about where there was the original station, last long, and that's why the particular parcel is shaped the way it is there. This parcel joins other parcels along the right of way. There are others that go in this direction, there are others that go in this direction. There's one parcel through here. As I said, the small lot here has been traditionally used by customers and residents, customers of the dental facility here, and nearby residents. The issue we have here is, with this being town property, the use of town property for business, without some sort of use of facility form or insurance that names the town as additionally insured, leaves the town open to liability. So we're trying to determine what the future of this property is, and which is why we're having this public hearing. We want to hear what residents would prefer, gather that data, and see what works best for the town, for the businesses and the residents, and go on from there. There are options. One of those would be that we sell the property. Sell the property that's in front of here and here, and maybe the section over here. This removes the liability that we have regarding parking. Removes any obligations that the town has to, whether they're perceived or actual, to maintain the property through here. And that would leave that property, its future, to the control of whoever decides to purchase that. There is a slight issue with that, and that is, like I said, there is a small extension of the property here, so if we sold it as a whole, it would be, you know, all these sections here, it might be easier to subdivide it into like 3 sections, the pseudo roadway, the parking lot, and a small section of the parcel over there. That's another option, is to subdivide and sell all or some of them. The town can keep the property, and there's some options for that as well. We could block this area off, turn it into green space. We could prohibit any use of this property without some sort of agreement with the town, insurance, or use of facility. We could create and maintain a road here if we so desired, that would fall subject to the same administration of any road that we have in town in terms of law enforcement. We could prohibit parking and turn this into green space. What we want to do is work with the businesses, we want to work with the residents. We're open to ideas, but we need to remove town liability for this section of property because it is being used by the businesses without any kind of approval from the town or any kind of insurance coverage. So if you have a comment, I encourage you to, if you have a comment, I encourage you to come up, state your name for the record, and we can go from there.
My name is Joanne Cartilio, and a year ago I came in front of the board to ask for permission for whatever it was zoning, so I could move my business here. And I bought a blighted building that had no heat, no plumbing. My nephew and other family members and myself worked in stuff at 0 temperature. But I don't know if you remember last January and February, 4 weeks, so I could move my business here. We had put about $70,000 into the interior of that building. When we bought it, we were told that would be town road. And then our property, my front door, that we had purchased this building is 1 foot. 1 foot outside that door, we know. We feel comfortable investing in another blighted property. That we have received absolutely no grants. We will not benefit from the $10 million that's coming to Ticonderoga, even though we're restoring a historic building because we're not on Montcalm Street. Any grants for the energy company that other businesses have gotten, we're not able to get because we purchased the building before we applied. Okay? We're not rich people. We're hardworking people. I proposal that I would like to let you know, the people that use it, first of all, let me step back. Somebody, wasn't us, I guess a joker or whoever owned the property, had put a sign that said private ringer. My husband was outside working, wasn't it, when the road man supervisor came up in a rather direct way and told us we have that expensive. That's the town. He said, yeah, we didn't put any sign, you know.
It's not a.
Well, he told me it's a road that, well, I can only say that it's used as.
Yes, that is true.
It's maintained as a road.
No.
And, well, you plow it. You do plow.
No. I talked to the supervisor of the road today. He doesn't.
Been there for the past year.
Black used to plow it just like the dentist plows the parking lot.
Okay, so for the $5,177 in taxes that I paid on the piece of property.
But when we spoke to Sal last year, we sold it. He came and we sold it because the
He told me today that he's never plowed the road since he's been superintendent. The fact is, it's not a road,
right.
so it doesn't have to be maintained. It doesn't have to be maintained as a. It just have to. It's not.
We were told with the road, if you use the road,
You were told.
okay, but I'm sorry that.
You didn't hear. But then I'm not trying to shut you down. The town is trying to remove its liability. We can do that through agreements with use of facility forms, and if you can show the town is also insured as an additionally insured.
I can give you a COI in 5 seconds.
This is an easy solution, but you're the one who brought this up to my attention when you contacted the town clerk and said, I want the road maintained.
Because I was told it was a town road, and I was never told
But on
otherwise.
social media, you said you didn't understand why it came up. It came up because of what you said.
So, because if you buy a property and there's road in front of it and people are telling you it's a road, whether it's paved or not, and there's a private road that we were told we had to take down, which
Because it was on town.
we didn't put it there to begin with. Okay, but that is used. And Dr. Cook, you're looking at 2 businesses that provide revenue. Okay?
And we appreciate that, but we have to cover our liability. You can't possibly agree that we shouldn't have liability coverage, do you?
I would assume you would have. I don't.
If businesses are using town property to conduct business, and we don't have a use of facility, or they're not saying that the town is additionally insured on the policy, then we're at liability. We have liability issues. This isn't the same as, parking in front of a business.
A complete, utter shocking revelation to us. We were told it was the county of the road. That's what we were told. And all of your equipment, when the portage was tore up, was in there.
Because it's town property.
And then the road was fixed when we bought it. So, put yourself in our shoes.
No,
I have no money to buy anything, you can't put another guy.
and you can put yourself in shoes as well. This is a solution that can be May, but you have to understand who we are as well. And I can't go back in time and.
So if somebody walks in the park and falls, it's the same liability.
You are a business, conducting business using town property.
I don't use town
What
property.
does that mean?
Do you,
Use town
do
property.
you not load at the door?
You know,
I've been told that there have been.
all of our trucks go to the side door.
Over here.
Yeah.
Then why are you concerned with this road?
Because that's where we park. UPS drive through. Drive through. Because they've always driven through there. When the project was there. Well, okay, so now it's my problem. And it's unfair and unnecessary. Okay, the town has lots of areas people go through.
You're missing it. You are conducting business using town, property, not the public walking in the park.
I'm conducting business in a building that has been a business since the 1800s. That is they, so, but all of a sudden now that my business is using it, it's a problem.
If you.
Transfer.
You can't speak.
Be a little organized here, if you can be, come on. We're gonna get to a solution here, but if all you do is argue, then you're gonna get there.
What it costs for insurance to do it.
That's not my insurance that has to get, it's the business that gets the additional.
Right. To get insurance. Liability.
The business, we already have insurance. But the businesses who want to use that property would have to have listed town as additionally insured. What that costs for them.
Oh, I understood. I thought you said you have to get insurance. You already
If somebody gets,
some sort of.
if somebody trips on units coming from the dentist's office, we're liable.
Okay.
If somebody gets injured here, loading, unloading. It's just, I don't know, seems like a simple solution to me, but it has to be addressed.
I just feel like we should continue maintaining it and use it. I think there's a lot of people that cut through there, even plow in the winter. They really go. I understand that.
There's one talking at a time, please. One person at a time. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah. No, that is.
Yeah, so I feel like, I feel like it should still be maintained and maybe even improved, maybe make it a road.
You have to understand, if the town makes this a road, it's enforced like all the other roads. You can't just park your cars, in the middle of the road.
No, I think that would be great, put parking lots in there and so that there wasn't any accidents and people would know where to park and I think it would be great. I really do. I hate to see it be removed because it is used by many people as a little shortcut.
Yeah, I appreciate your feedback.
Thank you.
Yes.
Let me ask you a quick question. So if the employees that are parking on what is town property, park on the property of the Queen Treasurers, then there's no liability for the town, is that correct?
You mean if they're parking over here?
Right,
Now that's your own parking lot.
right, so then there's no liability for the town.
Right. But you're saying, what I heard is that you want to use this for parking.
That's what we're doing now.
That's what we're doing now, but we could park somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah. As I said, there's solutions to this. There's no reason to.
Well, I'm sorry, but to sit here and hear that piece of property might be sold, and I can't buy it right now.
It's,
How do I sell my building?
it's an option. This doesn't necessarily. I understand that. I apologize. We want to hear from all the residents about what we do with the property. And as I said, There are solutions here, but we have to have business cooperation if they want to use this to conduct business.
We won't park there.
Okay,
You're gonna have to talk to the post office about using the road or FedEx or whatever. We have them come to the garage. Is that correct?
Yes.
they're not setting up a post office there.
They come and they deliver and they drop off.
Okay, we're not communicating.
You would like to see them maintain the road, right?
I do.
I mean, I turn it, not sell it, turn it actually into a road, perhaps pave it, put some parking there. It would actually benefit anybody, your building, Dr. Cook's
It
building.
would look better.
I think it would be a great presentation. People go to Mount Defiance. It'd be nice to see it utilized like we use it, because it's full of potholes, you know, and a lot of people come through there.
Yeah.
And even just to even turn around, so it does have a usefulness. And I think that's what you, obviously, that's what you want. You don't want to see it sold or close.
With Sal, because the town was paving other areas.
Yeah.
And he told me that he's gonna try to get the pave for Eco Road before the end of the year. Then at the end of the year, I spoke to him, he said, we didn't have enough people to do it, we'll get to it next year. So, my understanding from Sal is it's a road, it's used as a road.
It may be used as a road.
But
There's a definition for a road, and that is not a road. It does not have to be maintained by the town, it does not have to be plowed, it does not have to be salted, it does not have to be paved. The fact that he may have done that off and on over time is immaterial, it doesn't make it a road.
That's just the water.
And the same is true when you want to abandon a road. There is a process to abandon a road so that it's not maintained anymore. Anyone else? Yeah. Okay, Bob.
Well, of course, I live on the end of Defiance Street.
Yeah.
And being a teacher, I had to come down Portage every single day. And I'll tell you that it was a very difficult turn. You were on the Portage. And you
Turning south.
Yeah, it's actually at a bad angle. Be absolutely honest with you, I always took the shortcut. I always. The sign up because I found that the project side, that was their property. And I could see, I was making the right turn. But now that it's clearly going to be taken responsibility, I would need to see that.
So this is what the town experienced with what? Also sand, pipe, and everything. Basically on town property with permission. Did we do anything? No, that was our bad, but, anything could have happened there. Anybody could have gotten hurt moving that material around or conducting business there, and we would have been liable.
I understand your plight, I do, I mean, I'm supervisor, so I understand where you're coming from as far as liability. But if it's a town road, then the liability's gone.
If it's a town road, well, it's subject to the same liability that any town road would be.
But that would have only your insurance policy, so that's, thank you.
I also live on Defiance Street. And what I would like to see is the whole triangle in front of the Queen's Treasures made into a municipal parking lot. Dean Cook's parking, that's what we would call it. And that's very dangerous, you know, people coming in and out of there. Should be leveled. You know, the entrance could be on the south side of Defiance Street, up where the red line goes in.
Yeah.
Have one entrance in and out, so we're not right on the other main road corner. And have a squared off parking lot for safety purposes and keep it as a town property.
Yeah, no, I agree. Thanks. What else? Not a lot of people here.
I did have a question on it, but I would, assuming this was for the whole railroad bed, because I live further up on a different section.
Okay. Yeah.
And I will bring that up.
So if there's a parcel that you're interested in, you can always approach the town clerk.
I have in the past, and
Okay.
I've been in contact with Tanya. I've actually submitted a letter a couple of years ago.
All right, because we do still own parts of that. Some people have purchased portions of it. I don't know how much we have left, to tell you the truth. But yeah, just if you have an idea of what to do in the
To follow that as well, because I didn't know what this was pertaining between the railroad beds and town property and.
Yeah.
My understanding is the railroad bed was sold to the town. And it was all these D&H's, correct?
Yes.
And once they finally got the points on these railroads for being used in this town, they gave the town all these railroads. And then when people,
We,
Yeah.
so I.
yeah,
Something that 10 years ago, it was purchased. There was a public hearing at this time. This thing is not to single you guys out. This has been a reoccurring thing for many years about that entire area, about that area. This is not something.
why I'm here for what this meeting is pertaining, involving railroad bed inside here.
But the town purchased it as a stormwater project many years ago. And that's what it was supposed to have.
Well,
It was supposed to have.
land and for land and there's all these disputes on land. But my understanding is that there was always the neighbor that took care of the railroad bed. So it sort of ended up being their area that they took care of. But my understanding is it was all property on one side compared to the other side. You get split the railroad bed and but it didn't belong to the town. Now, I don't know if it is this, like, I think all the things could be submitted to.
You can submit anything to me and I'll give it to the board. It is,
It was, you pay the town dollars, then, and you take care of it.
Take care of.
Because like what's being discussed is that their actual railroad property without state Mr. Pope for years. If they went inside.
That's really immaterial to this discussion. Well, it is, and it doesn't change the fact that it's town property.
It doesn't change the fact that tomorrow will be the same business using that belongs to the town.
I'm not saying they don't benefit. What I'm saying is the town needs to limit its liability, and there's ways to do that.
Isn't per se.
It is not currently. It could be, if the town so chooses to put it for sale, is not currently for sale.
Right, that's why you get some standing being taxed.
Okay.
Everybody will be arguing on the time to people of that.
I'm sorry, I don't know the young woman's name. You had said this has come up issues in the past. What is your time frame? Making decisions or?
There's no deadline for this. We're gathering data now to make a decision.
Have you done any studies to see how many cars are through there?
No.
Might be something you wanna look at.
Well, it's either we use it as a road or we don't use it as a road.
I guess what I'm trying to say is if there's a lot of people doing so, it shows the benefit of making it a road.
I don't know that I totally agree with that statement. A lot of people do a lot of things they're not supposed to do, and that doesn't mean it's a benefit. It just means they're taking a shortcut. Is it probably useful as a road? Yeah, it probably is. But just because a lot of people are using it as a road, doesn't mean it should be a road.
So my name is Washington.
Yeah.
Work with her in the police structures. We are new to the area. We moved to Glens Falls a year ago, and we worked in Thai for that same year. Being new to the area, we have seen how many, the entire town uses that road. And it does that because our trucks, FedEx, UPS, and postal workers drive through there. We are getting singled out that we are using that road. We don't use the road.
You're getting singled out because you're using that property, town property.
What I want to say is that we have seen how it be beneficial for the town to have that road as a road.
It is not a road.
It is not, but I'm saying it will be beneficial.
I can't.
That road is, you
I don't disagree, and if the town decides it, it's good to turn it into a road. Otherwise, we have to limit the liability.
I'm just giving you my opinion. You said that there was a problem with people dumping sand in, but you guys didn't do it?
The Blythe used to keep their supplies in that.
Oh, okay. So,
Pretty flower. We plan on painting it and fixing it.
Looks good. I'm glad you came to try to do business right there. Didn't know what was going on. Looks much better now. I'd like to. Last time I saw it was very.
It's impressive, actually.
See, I don't know the difference between it being a road or a parking lot, because all these years I've been a resident, it's been a parking lot and a road.
That's what people think.
Yeah. Why don't people go to the dentist and start parking it? That's not right.
And I understand what you're saying, but again, I'm just trying to limit the town's liability. There are solutions here.
Can I ask how many lawsuits you've been engaged in because of that piece of property that we're making it like?
We try not to wait for.
I understand.
It does get. I don't know any personally, but that doesn't lessen our liability.
If you deem it, does it raise your insurance rate?
That small section, I can't imagine it does a whole lot. It just has to go through the process of being officially designated as a road.
So it's just basically an administrative process to call a road, which doesn't affect your pocket, the town's pocket, really in a substantial way, and yet it would be covered under the same liability that the other.
Yeah. As Joyce said, Lily,
putting in a proper road bed and having it plowed, just.
Okay. You got the name.
I know.
If the town takes this over, I see three benefits, certainly. One benefit is it's gonna be a road, in a parking lot.
Yeah.
Second benefit is you're protecting two businesses that we really, I mean, I know you're pro-business, but you protect two businesses. And number three, take away the liability from the town, as well as the liability of a person driving, because I don't like that 60-degree turn, and it's really dangerous, especially if you're parked on the right side of the bikes as you come down the Fine Street. So it takes away my liability to the driver, so I see nothing but a plus when
Thank you.
I agree with that. We got people stuff.
Is it a safety issue is the biggest factor?
Are you using the door that's on this piece of property that opens up onto the?
We do, right now we do. There is a side entrance, there's walk in to our office and showroom there. No, we don't use that door. Like for putting cars outside, we don't use that door. We use, and we'll come and show you, we even have a bell, so that when UPS comes, they ring the bell and we know to open the door.
On the
We
side.
use the side door, when we get a container, it goes to that door.
Well, I mean, if this was a road and you're getting deliveries here, this is no different than any other delivery on any other road.
Right,
We don't.
right, but let's make a road.
And that's good input.
But sometimes it's only flowers.
I appreciate that, but flower beds just keep moving.
The road that's not lived there.
No, say call it a road.
Yeah, I think it's really
That if your customers are going in, if we make this a road, if they're going, you're gonna have them.
It's an internet.
But you're mostly distribution.
Yeah. And if we were going to, it would be in that same door anyway.
Anybody else have any thoughts? It sounds like most people here are of the road, not the green space approach.
I have one question.
Yeah.
We do the whole parking lot right there, which is a good idea.
Mhm.
So that they have a place to park. Is it going to be like an open parking lot all night long? Because my only concern is the riffraff that might decide they want to park there, kids at night.
I can tell you, I lived across the street here for decades, and it was riprap like this. It's gonna be riprap.
Well, I understand that, but I was just thinking about, you know, how there's certain times where the parking lot's open.
I didn't know that town parking lots have hours of. It's a little different. Yeah, the only people that really park here are the customers, and then these are the residents, guests. Having lived over here.
I've been in the area at night, going to my wife's business, Queen's Treasures, there's no one.
There's no.
There's
Everyone car.
Yeah.
Yeah, we live on,
Okay, so maybe.
we know there's a lot.
Yeah.
We're just.
Okay.
I have to say that parking lot has been dangerous for a long time. Just in the last couple of years hasn't been improved. I was a patient of Dr. Cook's, and when you went in there, I think there were buttholes, or an ice bank, it was very scary. It's part of is the elevation, it drops off.
And recently, somebody put some stone in there. What did
I
they-
think Highway did that.
The highway did it. That was nice of them to do that. Okay. Yeah.
But I think it still needs some work, because as I say, you've got to change in elevation, which means water goes down there.
I agree.
Do we know how that was laid? How that shortcut was laid? Does it meet current standard? Would it have to be brought up to current standard?
It meets Federal Railway Association rules for a road bed. At least it did. Now it's probably just compacted third way.
There's pothole problems there for years. They fix it one.
I mean, it's always been dirt and stuff.
Yeah.
Not true highway asphalt.
I have to say, I agree with Bob about making a right turn onto Defiance.
Yeah.
Because my niece lives up there, so I'm there occasionally, and it's really, really tough to make that turn.
It can get dangerous.
If nothing else, probably needs to be improved if nothing else happens.
I've seen the plow trucks in the wintertime, to be honest with you, cut through there instead of going down to the, have you seen them do that too? Because I do that, I don't see them. Yeah.
Definitely been plowed.
Yeah.
Not the road in front.
Well, I hate to bring this up, but you're not supposed to plow town property.
We didn't hear that.
It's getting good.
Any discussion?
So I'm gonna continue this for one more month, just so if there's other people that want to say something, they can do so next month at the board meeting. I appreciate all your comments. Again, I'm sorry you got all riled up, but
It was the thought of, knowing right now we cannot buy it if it goes for sale, and having that building, if that was sold, would make our building really unsellable.
It's just once and for all, at least this one parcel, solve this issue. This is the busiest parcel on all of the things. Okay, so we'll keep this open, we'll table this until next month. Finalize it next month. Appreciate everyone's comments and feedback.
Thank you for coming.
Is there a meeting when you would finalize it, or how would all of us here know?
Oh, you'll know, I will make some sort of announcement.
Okay.
If we're gonna turn it into a road, it will be much more official.
Okay.
I don't know, probably have to have a public hearing and everything, to do something like that. There's a process.
Right.
You can't just stick a sign in and say it's a road.
That'd be
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we have some other things to talk All right. All right, with that, let's go on to minutes. Start with the airport. Okay. Let me anything. I have one resolution here. Anyway.
No, not fun.
So, for airport, we have a resolution to appoint following committee members, Thatcher, Mark Wright, and Burroughs, Alexander, Chris Kneppers, and Alan Pitts. Do you have anyone else for that?
Is Gary in there? Last year?
Oh, Gary Bosberg was put on last year.
Right. Good catch. All right, someone want a motion there?
So,
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. All right, well then we'll move on to buildings and grounds, parks and rec. You're on.
okay. First thing I want to talk about is the first thing we talked about is the daylight stream flooding, which took place over here in the fall. I still have concerns about the road that was washed out near the, going down to the fishing pier. And my concern was mostly as Chair of Parks and Rec, I was wondering who was going to do it and who's going to pay for it. And it was the feeling that it would be used contingency fund and it would come from Parks and Rec. I don't think you were at this meeting.
I wasn't at that meeting.
and that the work would be done by the highway department. And we estimated that the entire road from the park entrance to the pier would be improved and flattened, because only part of it's left on. Recreation park, discussion continued regarding the development of Field 4 behind Field 2. And it is known that there were 40 repairs to clean field would be needed to make this field happen. And highway should have the culverts and may help with the installation. And it's hoped that the majority of all of the fill will be donated from local projects. And the area will have to be seeded before the fence is installed, and that fence will be paid for partially by Parks and Rec Fund. They're sharing the cost with us. And once the seeding is done and the grass is growing, then we will have a fourth field to use. James Chauncey, our rec supervisor, reported that he is moving forward with his plans to use the space on the third floor of the armory for an exchange of children's sporting equipment, such as mitts, cleats, you name it. And a flyer will be created and distributed. And this exchange has already been approved by the Youth Commission. The ice rink, and I see it have a mistake here. After the proposed project to improve the town's ice rink was removed from the final DRI proposal that presented to the state, rink attendant Ash Alexander and Pride Executive Director Nicole Green are reported to be working on other grant proposals to fund rink improvements such as the rink chiller, which I guess was refrigerated. Concern was expressed by the committee members regarding the total cost of this equipment and the funds that would be needed to run and maintain this equipment. A new location might even be necessary. Ash will be invited to attend the next Park and Rec meeting to discuss rink improvements. It is also noted that the rink sign is very outdated in this. Item is going to be the Liberty Monument. The light on the south side is not working, and it either needs a new bulb or it may need to be have a fixture replaced, and that will be a big deal. Did you know what time?
Actually, saw it going around.
Yeah, yeah.
You should go out in the rain.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all. That's all. It sort of looks like a track place.
There was one time we were having a lot of rains with that. Because the water was getting in there and you just like the fixtures, they shorted out afterwards. I think we fixed it afterwards, it's been fixed. The next Parks and Rec meeting is Tuesday, February 20th at 8:30. Okay, a resolution to appoint the following buildings, grounds, park committee members. Those people would be Joyce Cooper, myself as co-chair, and Dave Woods as co-chair, Nicole Justice Green, Bill Dahlman, James Tracy, Jerry Cooper, Nancy Kelly, and Tanya Thompson. I'll move that.
Okay,
Second.
discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
And anybody, members of the public, we're always looking for new members of Parks and Rec.
Okay, Economic Development Committee met on January 17th, the minutes are attached. Our next meeting is the 21st.
Oh, doesn't have. The resolution did not have grants following, grant, yeah.
He was never actually part of the committee members. He just showed up.
Showed up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he doesn't.
Just,
I don't think he was there.
the more you have, the more you're gonna need for a quorum.
Okay, that's true. Okay, we'll leave it alone.
I have one resolution for economic development. Resolution to appoint the following economic development committee members: Mark Baird, town vice chair, Ron Watton, Matt Courtright, Nicole Justice Green, John Bartlett, and Beth Hill. I'll move that. Second. Discussion. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Yeah. Highway.
There is no highway meeting, or minutes, I mean, we didn't take any, because we hold up.
Oh, I really, I actually took somebody to give it to him.
Oh, you did, do you?
I took them that day.
You did?
You're back.
Then you read it.
I tried to play Becky that day. I'll give them to you if you want, when we do the
I'll put them in that.
electronic.
Okay.
Okay, so what?
So, resolution, you have the thing in front of you, I'll read your resolution.
Yeah.
Resolution to appoint following highway transportation committee member, Dave Woods, Karen Murray, co-chair, Sal Berneo, Mitch Cole, Donald Page, and John Deming.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Municipal facility evaluation. Mr. Gardner. Did you guys meet?
So we met, reported on where we are on, building police stations as a committee, and we moved on from there. So, right now, we're waiting on some other things, but, committee group, myself as the chair, Keith as the vice chair, Mike Mulder, Chris Dosky, and Jeff Cook. That takes us.
So I want to move the resolution.
I'll second.
Did you get that done?
I did.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Public safety.
Carrying on to 29. Excuse me, Rob Kelly wanted to report that he contacted James Dugan regarding the speed limit near the windshield factory. Mr. Dugan forwarded the request over to George Laundrie. He's an engineer with New York State. Mr. Laundrie got back to Mr. Dugan and Ross and said that he reached out and found that the radar had been collected, but the data still needs to be analyzed to respond to the forthcoming. Chief Albert gave his report, which I'll read in a minute. We had a concern about the parking complaint near the intersection of Burgoyne Road and Tower Avenue. After discussion, the committee decided to go to the town board and ask for approval to place parking signs at the skating rink. People should be using the Elks parking lot and the parking area over at Legacy Park. Chief Albert states that the town supervisor and the department sergeants met with Brandon Titus from St. Joe's regarding some issues that have been taking place at 64 Mount Hope Avenue. Mount Hope. Chief Albert is hoping that Mr. Titus will contribute to getting these issues resolved. And Chief Albert states that if the issue continues, he will seek town help for the nuisance law to close it down. The chief's monthly reports, he had approximately 485 calls to service. Incident reports 32, arrests 27, uniform traffic tickets 84, DWI arrests 3, and accidents investigated 3. And the buildings had issued 12 permits, and they had 1 order to remedy, which was taken care of. And that's it. Next meeting is February 27th. And I make a resolution to appoint for the committee Adam Albert, myself, Mark as co-chairman, Jen Gandon, Ross Kelly, Brianna Peters, and Dave Rose.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor? Aye. David, you aye. Opposed? Carried. Aye. Appreciate it.
Did you want approval for parking signs?
Yeah. Yeah, good book, yeah.
Nobody gave me the resolution for that one. So I believe what the committee discussed was how the resolution would read would be a resolution to install public parking signs at, there are 2 or 3 locations. 2 locations.
Legacy Park and Ellis.
Sorry, I was public parking sign.
Yeah.
To denote where the public parking.
A temporary one that could go up in the wintertime, that would say ice rink parking.
Free parking.
You know, a lot of people, when they go to the game rink, they don't realize Legacy Park is town property, they can park there, so. And, right, well, we talked to Sal at the highway, he's gonna start plowing more, so they can park there.
Yeah, I think a sign over there would be.
That me too. Said public parking, and then, you know,
So you could expand that parking, and he said there's room out that
Yeah.
the Sawmill project is being pursued. We could,
nobody can park, no one can park there, the ones that walk the park.
No, I'm saying, no, it's almost project.
Oh.
So you got you take the resolution?
No.
A resolution to install 2 public parking signs
And the
Roman Tower.
right,
Who's paying for that?
Joyce.
well,
Did you know that?
and go up. The signs,
That's your budget.
the signs are easy.
They have to have much anyway.
No, I think Sal might have some.
So are they going to be ice rink specific?
Just,
Oh, yeah. So the others, you don't, but you need one that's
Okay.
like facing the skating rink.
Yes.
So you're. I'm just saying.
we need to know. To stop,
Well,
because that was the issue with the complaint, was that line of sight.
we did not agree to install no parking signs there. Only the public parking signs.
I took the beer this weekend. It disappeared again until next year.
You said 2, but I did change it to 1. So you're installing something.
Favor.
We're doing because that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very.
Public parking. When that January 30th, the minutes are attached. Just a couple of things. We're still waiting to hear on a $10 million grant for the water pollution control plant upgrade project. We have no update on the project to create safe municipal drinking water source for Tilson and Lake. We'll remind everyone that all work and funding to help these residents remains paused due to litigation by 3 individuals, and the town continues to pay legal fees associated with this matter. These are your tax dollars in action, so. all that's for public works. Couple resolutions here. The resolution will come from the following public works committee members: Contract Chair Tom Thatcher, Vice Chair Derek Fleury, Eric Blanchard, and Sherry Benito.
So move.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. And a resolution to deactivate account number 5100203950 Paul Pocket, as this lot has been combined with the adjoining lot at 7.
So move.
Second. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. And that's it for public works. We'll move on to human sewer services youth.
Gosh, that seems like a million years ago. I find that things have stabilized with the after-school program, except for school closures and that kind of thing. Things have stabilized and they're running the program as best they can. And I hear the kids down there when it's bringing them out and they're having a great time. That's it. Tony, how much longer is this ski program? Is that one almost over?
This weekend, I think, is the last. It's either this weekend or next weekend, but I think it might be this weekend is the last one.
They had good participation in that program. It started out slowly, but that worked out well too. So I'm glad we have that we're able to offer so many athletic and recreational activities in our community. I think we do a good job. So I have some resolutions here, I guess.
Yes, it's time for summer.
It's hard to think about the beach opening, so actually it's only about 4 months, but we'll be in full gear here. So I have a resolution to advertise for lifeguard and head lifeguard positions for the 20.
Second. Discussion, all in favor? Opposed? Carried.
And a resolution to advertise for assistant day camp director and camp counselors for the 2024 summer camp program.
Thank you. Discussion, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. What is that?
Oh. You know what, mine was put together. I kept on looking this going.
So was mine.
Okay,
Sorry about
well, I'm confused anyway. Okay, resolution to advertise for the head cook and food preparation cook for the 2024 summer camp program. I'll second it.
Discussion, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried.
And this one, this is the biggie. Resolution to advertise for activity attendance for the summer Ticonderoga youth program. We've been stumbling block for 2 years. Let's hope we have lots of people applying.
Discussion. I will say, for anyone who's listening out there, these programs depend on volunteers. If you don't volunteer, there's no one to step forward, these programs don't happen. You can fund them all night long, but if people don't step forward and help out, they're not going anywhere. All right, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Did you want to? Yes, Pete, do you have anything for seniors? Yeah.
No, seniors, unfortunately, they haven't met yet, but I'll be finding out, when they want to start back up again, and then I'll let you know at the end of the board.
April usually is.
Yeah.
I've got their schedule.
Oh, there's already out already?
Well, no, they just don't have any meetings November, December, January, February, March.
Oh, okay.
You can stop in there.
In contract negotiations, they have some cable things. We're excited. Spectrum Northeast noticing its customers that on or around January 1, 2024, WCX3 or get on Spectrum Channel 1256, rebranded Heroes and Icons without network. Second, so there's notice that on or around March 4th, 2024, Spectrum Northeast will launch Newsmax on channel 222 and high definition on SPP Select and TV Select ports. 3, Spectrum Northeast noticing its customers that on or around February 28th, 2024, Hallmark drama located on Spectrum channel 127977 will be rebranded to Hallmark Family on channel 127977. And it is noticing its customers that on or around February 28th, 2024, Hallmark Movies and Mysteries located on channels 75, 76, 85, 488, and 629 will be rebranded to Hallmark Mystery on channels 75, 76, 85, 88, or 629. I know there was a Hallmark Mystery. Last one from Charter Northeast, noticing its customers on or around February 28th, 2024, the same one, read it twice, never mind. Okay, that's all I have for cable. We'll to some financial resolutions. First block here. First block here is authorizing the following budget transfers. $251.24 from contingency to the following 3 items on accounts on your list there. This is the fund under budgeted general accounts from contingency. The balance after transfer is $79,748.76. Next section here is to transfer escrow revenue received to the appropriate expense line, the amount of $1,104.50 from general to engineering rate and development escrow. Next is to transfer ARPA funds received to the correct expenditure lines in the amount of $16,365.94 for sidewalk. Under budgeted sewer account from contingency, the balance after transfer is $9,993.50, and that's $6.50 being transferred to sewer equipment. Transfer funds from capital reserve to purchase a new truck plow for water wastewater in the amount of $3,602.50 from capital reserve. To equipment, transfer funds from under budgeted account in the amount of 32 cents from water work compensation. And last group here is transfer funds from capital reserve to purchase a new truck plow for water wastewater. Amount of $3,602.50 from capital reserve water pressure to water equipment.
I'll move it.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Next, grouping, a resolution authorizing the following budget adjustments. First, under budgeted accounts by general fund balance, $856.22 for youth general benefits, $900 for roads and garbage uniform. And then funding under budgeted accounts by highway fund balance, in the amount of $250 for utility bonus. Last group is here, funding under budgeted account by sewer fund balance, in the amount of $500 for uniform. And under budgeted account by water fund balance, in the amount of $1,500 for water uniform allowance. Motion, please.
So, second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A resolution authorizing the following inter-fund transfer. This is transfer funds from general to Eagle Lake Water Project in the amount of $101.25.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
You didn't hear me, I didn't say sorry.
Opposed? Carried. You're doing it off the clock, I can't hear you. Resolution authorizing the following inter-fund loans, to transfer funds from general to airport pavement project until funding is received, the amount of $38,433.01. And then to transfer funds from general to wastewater treatment plant ventilation phosphorus collection project until funding is received in the amount of $292.50. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. That's a resolution to accept satisfactory findings to 2023 municipal court audit.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. A resolution to request National Grid to install a street light, roadway LED.
You skipped over AES Northeast.
What's that?
You skipped over the 2024 term agreement with AES Northeast. Only because we already had it in
Okay, so resolution authorizing the supervisor to execute the 2020 agreement with expertise for engineering services. To the standard.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, now, resolution to request National Grid to install street light, roadway LEDC, 100 HPS, National Grid pole number 4.5 at 1, located on Cannonball Path in Depot parking lot, provide a good longitudinal pole. I stood out there myself and the other. Light to be added to the town, Ticonderoga with a streetlight account for 87353-93-107.
I'll second.
Okay, and then move on. This is to get some lighting over there. I don't need a public safety issue. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A resolution opposing New York State Senate Bill S-6786 and Senate Bill 6989, which would amend the New York State Alcohol Beverage Law Control Law Allowing supermarkets to obtain a license to sell wine. This proposal can negatively impact local liquor store establishments at a time when Ticonderoga is attempting to build and revitalize the town. Tom, you got the full resolution, correct? That I sent you?
Yes,
Okay.
it's in the packet.
Okay.
I'll move it.
Second.
Discussion on this.
I'm sorry, who seconded it?
I did.
All in favor? Opposed? Carried. A resolution to authorize the rental contract between the town of Ticonderoga and the Adirondack Community Action Program, ACAP, to include monthly rental in the amount of $355 for use of on-road facilities. So moved.
That's the meal site.
Yes, I just want to say. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A resolution to authorize the EMS staffing renewal with amendment agreement between the town of Ticonderoga, Essex County, and Ticonderoga EMS. Essex County is adding funding in the form of benefits for 2 additional county personnel.
I'll move it.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. A resolution authorizing the annual lease agreement, $2,200 between the town of Ticonderoga and Essex County Clerk, DMV, for the use of office space.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion on this? I don't know whether or not.
That was the question we were all gonna ask.
Oh, no, yeah. I haven't talked to Chelsea yet. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A resolution authorizing the creation of purchase order in the amount of $55,255.66 to Central Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Rayton. The purchase of a 2024 Dodge Durango Pursuit vehicle, all-wheel drive, secured through New York State Marketplace mini bid request.
I'll move
Okay, this comes out of capital reserve. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. A resolution authorizing the execution of the 2024 agreement between the town of Ticonderoga Emergency Medical Services Incorporated, TIE EMS. Not to exceed amount of $70,000 will be provided on a reimbursement basis.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, I remind everyone that we approved amount not to exceed a certain amount at the last board meeting. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A resolution authorizing the supervisor to execute an agreement with the University of Vermont Elizabethtown Community Hospital for post-accident and random testing, including after-hour services covered by the Ticonderoga campus emergency room. Yeah.
Second.
Discussion?
How'd that happen?
Only took forever.
Yeah, they okay?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
No more going
No.
He dogged him.
Go away to those holidays.
Bob Dietrich helped too.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A resolution to extend the appointment of Sherry Benito as part-time deputy town clerk with an additional stipend of $1,000. This is for the month of February.
I'll move it.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Thank you.
A resolution to accept the minutes of the January 4, 2024 organizational meeting, January 11, 2024 regular town board meeting, and January 25, 2024 finance meeting. Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution to pay the abstract.
I'll move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A resolution to accept supervisor's report as submitted.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. We have a few discussion points this evening. I was approached, and this might go to your committee, I was approached by our local brewery here. They would like the town to entertain outside dining by using 2 parking spaces during the summer. The Chamber of Commerce has checked with some other businesses, Burley, we haven't heard from the pub yet, Co-op. They would also be interested in doing something. Some of the things that need to be considered are public safety and how you would keep people from getting run over. Lincoln had talked about Jersey walls. I don't think Jersey walls is the right thing there because you kind of move them and logistically that'd be a nightmare. But I would suggest that this go to your committee to discuss. It's a good idea. It's a great idea.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No. When you drive up to there, it's been tight. I mean, if like I'm stuck with my truck with big mirrors, you'd hit. I mean, if there's somebody out there.
Yeah, there's also alcohol liquor license extension that would have to happen.
Yes.
Both
I can check that. They might want to check that stuff day first.
Yes.
If we waited this last summer now in Glens Falls, FLA has amended the contiguous requirement, a licensed facility on beer, wine, liquor, has to be contiguous. You can't have multiple people and that was suspended during COVID. You saw all the things in New York City and things like that. That rule was suspended when it went back in 2022. And we had issues with it once falls like crap on that.
What about there's no alcohol involved?
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to have serve beer out there.
No, but what about establishments that aren't serving alcohol? Just food?
They wouldn't have an issue.
I think it's a good idea.
I thought one of
Yeah, we were really good.
you know,
It's very narrow.
taking too far to take people in the street,
They do.
get killed.
Yeah, that's a different, it's a different subject, but it's still the same public safety issue, but I'd like them to work it through either public safety or Parks and Recs.
Because you would have to check with,
Like move it right.
with DOT also, because they have a problem with people being on the road. If that's,
On the road though.
on Palm Street?
Yeah.
Is that
That's state.
Yeah.
I think it's a.
Yeah.
Candy probably used to be
We stayed up.
before.
Oh.
Co-op, it's interesting.
Pizza place.
Well,
Yeah,
So your business could do that.
we were thinking of just from.
Each a place to open.
The concept was just from St. George to Champlain.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, those are the only ones we've heard from.
If you do it for one, obviously.
You have to do it for all.
That'd be 8 parking.
Well, there's plenty of parking behind the main business district, so parking is not an issue. The people will play up parking as an issue, but everyone keep in mind that when the streetscape project for DRI is funded by the state, there's gonna be parking spaces that are disappearing and they're gonna be turned into green space and outside dining areas, depending on the law. But
Yeah, it's contiguous, you're good. Contiguous 5 feet. That's what you have to have for ADA.
I know. When I'm turning tables, chairs, and people right to them.
I mean,
well, I mean, if the
No.
that's
I mean, I've seen signs all over the place. That's in Plattsburgh and Burlington. It's Falls, sidewalk dining makes sense. In the road dining, seems a lot.
Different ballgame.
Yeah.
well, you can all discuss it at committee, we're not gonna solve it.
Which committee are you in? Parks and Rec or Public Safety?
I would think public safety would be nothing to do with parks.
Okay, just more public safety.
I hereby assign it to public safety. Okay. The Hague stone pillar.
Okay, that, I can answer that. I went out to check it and, but it's under snow. I need to see what kind of a footing is there, what footing is damaged, or if there's rebar in it, or before we can write up a set of specs.
So are we looking at springtime?
I'm saying, well, I can get the snow off, but I can do it now. Because it's gonna mimic the other side, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it'll be the same thing. But the only thing in contention here is a footing. for the rebar and how it's gonna be possible. I might be able to do that next week.
You're replacing.
I would think that there'd be some kind of code.
The footing is still good. Rebar connecting the pillar to the footing, we're okay, but when it went, if it broke the footing, then we gotta put it on any expense.
Okay. We'll put it on status. Next on the list, and I don't think Matt has an opportunity to get to this yet, about the situation with a request for an easement on Park Now.
Actually, just reviewed as we were sitting, a bit back to.
Okay. Okay, for those who haven't heard this one, the property it's the property that does all the Christmas tree lighting, right?
Right in the corner, Pearl Street and whatnot.
They wanted power over there, and National Grid told them they'd have to put in a power pole and extend the power across the lower down to get to the pole. Which would involve an easement, I guess. Is that an easement aerial over the road or under the road, or did it say?
Over or under. Either one.
Either
What I did is I added a note that, because that area had been on the radar for years for stormwater, water, sewer, all that. So I have a provision in the easement that if we ever need them to relocate it, they're gonna relocate it, not us. But it doesn't look like there's significant work on the town's part of the property.
Okay.
So that's why I put it there.
All right, great, thanks for looking at that. A short update on EMS district status. EMS is supposedly getting a map of what their district would be, which basically is the town boundary. Haven't seen that yet. I have been working with the assessor to get the list of the properties and values that I talked about. That list was supposed to be running today. She was running it while she was doing some other work in Minerva, but I haven't seen it yet. I should have it in a couple of days. Then we'll see what's there, what's missing, and we'll go from there. The goal here is to see how much we can do on the NPR in-house, and if there's any things that we can't do, I guess we can put out an RFP. That's where we are on EMS district.
Well, the district includes Ticonderoga.
Yes.
We still have two other towns receiving.
Well, that would be whoever the vendor would have to contact with them to do that.
So they would have to be a separate contract.
With contract.
Because I know Spring Lake and Hudson, I don't know how that one works. They have the district in Spring Lake and then they contract with North Hudson.
I don't, but they do, but this EMS district is not a combination of county.
Okay, just a town.
Okay. Have to work one thing comes in that district is only for Ticonderoga. You will not have Ticonderoga taxpayers paying for Crown Point. I think I wanted to let you all know about, so I got a call just before the holiday from the town clerk in Nelliston, New York. He has a coworker who's actually from Ticonderoga and was telling him all the things that are going on here, all the water, wastewater kind of projects and things like that. And he was seeking he wanted to ask some questions of Derek. He's got a board who's not as open to like water district consolidation and sewer district consolidation. He wants to pick Derek's brain and just bring information back to his board. Is there any problem with that as long as Derek has the time and doesn't interfere with his duties? I'm not gonna be promising him anything, but he's just trying to get information. And they were pretty impressed by what we're doing here.
Where was that again?
Nelliston.
Where is that? Nelliston.
2 L's. Nelliston, New York. Before I called him back, I actually went on the town of Nelliston and made sure this guy actually there. He is the town clerk. His name is Ed Watt, and he is the town clerk there.
How big is the town?
It's just a little bit bigger than here, I think. Yeah, it's what we can. theirs is a little different, because I believe the district that they're trying to form actually in 2 or 3 towns. So it'll be very challenging.
So they don't have a hamlet and then they'll.
Yeah, I don't believe so.
Oh. Right on the ball, through where you
I never heard of it. Okay, have anything else on my list? Do you have anything coming?
Do you want to do anything that he's next night contingent on them? Again? Okay.
Or what was the address? Lord, no? Yeah.
What did you?
You can check it.
My last one. 78.
Make a motion on that one?
I'll move it.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Okay.
You may have to, since you did the resolution to extend Sherry, probably at your finance meeting, we'll do a budget adjustment to fund it. I kind of know what it is, but I really think I'll just give you that.
Yeah, we can do it.
Okay. And thank you, appreciate that.
Anything to help you out. She's doing rather well.
She's doing good.
And it was good that we were able to use our own in-house resources to get that done. It's just trying to help Sherry with her stuff.
I offered to help her, she said.
Sherry's listening, so. He didn't know you were listening.
That's it for me.
Okay, did you have anything, Matt?
We're dated, if the board wants to, we can update you in executive on 2 litigation matters.
Well, then let's go into public comment. Does anybody have anything from public to say, request, add, discuss?
Can I just say something?
Certainly.
I'd like to thank Chandra for the recent articles that she's put in the paper regarding things that are going on in town. I really appreciate the article on Field 4. Do you know what I'm talking about where Field 4 is? You were involved, people.
Oh, yeah. Very happy that we're.
We did it all the way up through.
Very happy. We got a grand number.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
The coach.
We only got 2 years off, that's it.
I'll echo Joyce's statement. I think that's great. As a matter of fact, the supervisor from Essex turned to me, we sat next to each other at county and said, "You're extremely lucky to have someone in Ticonderoga in the media who gives the town so much press."
If people don't know what's going on in this town, they need to start reading the Sun.
They sure do.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a great article.
The best part is you don't get it. Just a thank you.
Oh, it'll be in the minutes, though.
What would you like to do?
If nobody else has anything else to go with public comment, then I'm going to make a motion to enter an executive session. It doesn't matter, any factual issue. All right, we're in executive session at 19:27. And just so everyone knows, when we come out, we have nothing else to discuss.
That's right.
Oh, you'd be surprised how many close that is.